In a quiet village nestled between rolling green hills, there lived a boy named Arjun. From a young age, Arjun was known for his quiet determination and his independent spirit. He was the kind of boy who would rather struggle in silence than admit he needed help. Whether it was fixing his bicycle, solving a difficult math problem, or carrying heavy buckets of water from the well, Arjun insisted on doing everything himself. Some admired his grit, while others worried that his pride would one day become a burden. Arjun's father, a wise man who worked as the village carpenter, often watched his son with a mix of pride and concern. He remembered his own youth, the times when he too believed that reaching out for help was a sign of weakness. He had learned, sometimes the hard way, that even the strongest among us sometimes need a helping hand. One summer, the village was abuzz with excitement. The annual kite-flying festival was approaching, and children everywhere were busy crafting their most beautiful and ambitious kites. Arjun, ambitious as ever, wanted to build the largest kite the village had ever seen. He spent days sketching designs and collecting materials, determined to win the grand prize. While other children worked in teams, laughing and sharing ideas, Arjun worked alone in his father's workshop, convinced that he could do it all himself. As the festival day drew near, Arjun's kite began to take shape. It was indeed enormous, with a frame as tall as he was, and wings painted in brilliant colors. But as he tried to attach the string and reinforce the frame, he realized the kite was too large and unwieldy for him to manage by himself. The wood creaked, the paper wrinkled, and the string tangled. Frustration grew within him, but he grit his teeth and pushed on. He couldn't bear the thought of asking for help. What if people thought he was weak? What if they laughed at him? The night before the festival, a sudden gust of wind swept through the village. Arjun, alone in the workshop, struggled to keep his massive kite from toppling over. But it was too much for him. With a loud crack, the frame snapped, and the kite collapsed to the ground in a heap of broken wood and torn paper. Arjun stared at the ruins of his hard work, his eyes stinging with tears. He felt defeated, angry at himself, and more alone than ever. Hearing the commotion, Arjun's father entered the workshop. He saw his son sitting amidst the broken pieces and quietly sat beside him. For a long moment, neither spoke. Then, gently, his father said, "Arjun, sometimes our dreams are too big to carry alone. There is no shame in asking for help." Arjun shook his head, his pride and fear wrestling inside him. "I wanted to do it myself. I thought if I asked for help, it would mean I wasn't strong enough." His father smiled softly. "True strength isn't about doing everything alone. It's about knowing when to reach out. Even the mightiest tree needs the support of the earth and the nourishment of the rain. We all need help, son." The words lingered in Arjun's mind as he lay in bed that night. He replayed the scene over and over, wishing he had asked for help before it was too late. As the morning sun crept through his window, Arjun made a decision. He would try again, but this time, he wouldn't do it alone. With a deep breath, Arjun approached his friends, who were busy making final tweaks to their own kites. Nervous, he cleared his throat and said, "My kite broke last night. It was too big for me to build alone. Could you help me fix it?" For a moment, there was silence. Then, to his surprise, his friends smiled and nodded eagerly. They gathered around the broken kite, bringing their own materials and ideas. Together, they rebuilt the frame, reinforced the wings, and painted new designs. Laughter filled the workshop as they worked side by side, transforming Arjun's solitary project into a group effort. As they worked, Arjun realized something wonderful. Not only was the kite stronger and more beautiful than before, but he also felt lighter, as if a weight had been lifted from his shoulders. He saw how much his friends enjoyed helping, how their strengths complemented his own, and how their encouragement gave him new energy. The festival day arrived, and the sky was a canvas of color and motion. Children ran across the fields, their kites soaring high above. When it was Arjun's turn, he and his friends lifted their massive kite together. With a coordinated effort, they let it catch the wind. The kite soared higher than any other, its colors shimmering against the sky. The crowd cheered, not just for the impressive kite, but for the teamwork and spirit that brought it to life. Arjun looked at his friends, beaming with pride. In that moment, he understood that asking for help wasn't a sign of weakness, it was a source of strength. He saw that together, they could achieve far more than he ever could alone. After the festival, Arjun's approach to life changed. He still worked hard and valued independence, but now he knew the power of community. He was quicker to ask for help when he needed it, and just as quick to offer help to others. He found that people respected him more, not less, for his willingness to reach out. He grew closer to his friends and family, and his confidence grew, not just in himself, but in the bonds he shared with others. As the years passed, Arjun became known not just for his determination, but for his generosity and his ability to bring people together. He became a leader in the village, someone others turned to in times of need. Whenever he saw someone struggling alone, he remembered the lesson he had learned, that we are stronger together. And so, Arjun's story became a quiet legend in the village, a reminder that courage isn't just about facing challenges alone, but about having the heart to ask for help and the humility to accept it. In community, in friendship, and in shared dreams, true strength is found.